Greetings and welcome. Hi, everybody out there. I'm Lynn Hawkins, the founder of the BIZ Info Zone, and you are in the zone, the BIZ Info Zone. Coming to you today, kind of off the cuff, a little bit spur of the moment, and that's because the speaker that I had for today had an emergency and had to reschedule. So I thought I would come today and bring something under the guise of greetings and welcome. Hi, everybody out there. How about turn off the recording? The founder of the BIZ Info Zone. All right. Well, many of you may or may not know that I am a certified business acceleration coach and a joint venture broker. And I've been thinking in this space of 10x business strategies. How do you incrementally, exponentially increase your business volume and revenue? And so that's what we're going to talk about today, because I really believe that while a lot of people have heard the term joint venture, there are some ideas, some strategies around joint ventures that I don't think that some people have heard about. While people have heard about affiliates, there are some innovative strategies to employ around affiliates that I don't think that people have heard of. So I would really love the opportunity to talk a little bit today about what some of those 10x business strategies are. And these are 6, 7, and 8-figure business strategies. I remember, I guess it was about a year ago, I met my first super affiliate, a guy named Matt Basek. And I thought, wow, what's a super affiliate? And after watching a presentation that he did at the Joint Venture Summit here in Atlanta, I learned what a super affiliate was. And subsequent to that, I have met actually quite a few, many of whom have their entire business structured around affiliates, selling other people's products and services to their marketplaces and making huge, huge incomes because of it. And I'm talking 6, close to 7-figure incomes because of it. Now, with that said, what are you doing that you may be able to play in the super affiliate marketplace with your product and or service, digital product, even sometimes a live product, something that you are about to do that you're marketing out to the masses, yet an affiliate assisting in that marketing to their target market, who is also your target market, may get you 10 times the exposure than you could get on your own. Would that be of value to you? It is of value to me. And it is also one of the reasons that I decided that I was going to find out what it took to be a joint venture broker, because my understanding about what the possibilities and potential actually are, and not just for a broker, but what's the main goal for a joint venture broker, but to make the connections with individuals who have these products and services so that they can connect, collaborate, and create opportunities so that those out there who need them find them. And so that was the big reason that I elected to go through the process of becoming a certified joint venture broker. And I am now formulating connections so that what I just described actually happens. But I wanted to talk to you today about how I'm doing some of these things. and how you might be able to benefit by having this knowledge, and then having someone like me or someone else you might know who is a joint venture broker. These are even things that you could do on your own. Yet, if you don't have the connections, this is a great way to get yourself connected and make these kinds of deals happen for you. I know that you having products and services that you know are beneficial and valuable in the marketplace, you want to get them out there, get the exposure so that people can find them. And I often talk about the three stories that overlap. And I want to give you this information because it's pivotal in understanding how it is that the concepts that I'm going to tell you about actually work. And so if you can picture three circles, one circle being your story. Who are you? What are you selling? What is your value proposition? What is your unique value proposition? What are you bringing to the world? And how are you communicating about it? Are you communicating about it? Are you relying on others to communicate about it for you? Are you doing it via email, social networking? Are you out there in the live marketplace? What I'm about to tell you can work for all of those things, but it truly starts with who you are, what you have of value that you are putting out into the marketplace, that you desire to put out into the marketplace. And beyond that, who it is that's looking for it. Because again, what you're putting out there, you still want to make sure has the right keywords, gets put in the right places where the traffic is that you need to find this product or service. And it's key when you're talking about finding the partners that can help you to expand into those marketplaces. So again, I'm going to be talking about six-figure revenue strategies and how you can put some of these in place for yourself, or again, work with a joint venture broker or someone who understands and has the connections that can help you in this regard. And if you're struggling with getting your products to the marketplace, if you need more clients, if you're looking for additional ways to bring value to the marketplace, this is where you want to start. Examining your story, your enrollment conversations, your conversations that are connecting you to people that are rapport building conversations that are then followed with the value distribution to that connection. And so that's one of the stories that I'm going to be telling you about. And the next story is the market story. The third story is the customer story. And because of the way energy moves, I'm just going to say this. From your story, the energy moves to the market story. From the market story, the energy moves to the customer story. And from the customer story, it moves back to your story so that you can see the movement, the rotation there. But the thing I want you to remember is that in building this communication pathway, you want to secondly understand the customer story. Who is your customer? Who's your target market? Who's your ideal client? Who is the person who's out there in the marketplace looking for what it is that you do or have for them? That's the solution to the problem or problems they're trying to solve. And then what is your conversation to them? And I mentioned keywords, and keywords for more than just SEO. Keywords are to help the customer find you in the marketplace. So with the customer story, you want to understand what it is that is painful to them that has them looking. And I say painful to them. Maybe they're looking for travel arrangements and the best travel agent to help them to take that honeymoon cruise, or go to Spain to a spiritual location to spend time there for self-enrichment and self-illumination and empowerment. And, maybe it's the person who's looking for the best website developer or the best massage therapist. Any way you look at it, you want to know the words that this customer, that's part of this customer's story, the things that they are actually looking for when they start searching out in the marketplace. You understand that by knowing who they are, again, knowing what has them in pain, that has them looking for potentially you. And then the benefits. Once they find you, what are you going to provide for them that's, above and beyond the results that they even thought about that they could have? And that speaks to the customer story. Who are they? Where are they? If you're a local business and you're looking for local opportunities, you're going to make sure that your keywords that you're using in your story conversation out to the marketplace are actually the keywords that those local customers are going to also be using. And when you consider being out in the marketplace, first thought is, wow, the marketplace is such a vast and expansive space. How can people find me out there? The keywords is one of the ways. The other is in your placement of your information into the marketplace. So let's talk about that for a minute. When you are thinking about what it is that you do, what it is that you're bringing value to the marketplace with, then you're thinking about your customer, your ideal customer. Who is it that you would like to just magically attract to you? Then you've got an idea of what it is they're going to be looking for, and you can craft your message in order to meet those needs. And addressing two things mainly: the fact that this problem is out there, and the fact that because you're the solution, here are the benefits that seeing you, that being with you, that working with you, that, even if it's a book that you've got for them to download, having that book is a benefit to them with solutions, fitting the fact that it's solutions to their problems. So from there, you are in the marketplace. But I tell you, the key word I want you to remember here as far as your connection with the marketplace is positioning. How do you position yourself? Where do you position yourself? Why are you positioning yourself there versus over there? What are you positioning yourself with? You may have a product or a service that fits multiple audiences. What is really going to bring and attract the people to you that are looking for solutions to their problems is one conversation. One conversation from you to that customer that they then find out in the marketplace. That's the key. And it's positioning that conversation in places where they are liable to go and look for you as the solution. So what is it that you're talking about, Lynn? Where's the marketplace? The marketplace is Google. Of course, we all know, search something, go Google it. It may be, depending on the business, product, or service, Bing. It may be Yelp. It may be places like that your information needs to be for people to find you. It may be places like Google Plus, where you are reaching out to your circles about the information that you're wanting to share. And in that outreach, in that sharing, people are going to actually see your conversations, and everything that you put out there is a conversation. I often tell clients that it is your business will grow to the extent that you are having the conversations. And it's always one conversation at a time. Now, can you have multiple conversations initiated at a time? Yes, that's called marketing. Yet, when you engage, you're actually in the space of one conversation at a time. So, excuse me for just a minute. Oh, that felt good. So, as we're talking about, 6 and 7 figure revenue strategies for CEOs, it truly is you being in the mindset of a leader. And leaders know how to influence. If you are a CEO and you are not accepting responsibility for the direction of your business by being the leader, by seeing yourself as the CEO and being the leader, setting the vision for your company, for your business, and setting the direction. One of the things I also teach is this concept about leadership. While the CEO is the leader of the business, the CEO has several jobs, of which one is being the leader. The CEO also, as the leader, has two jobs. The leader's job, and this is leadership in any capacity, leadership in any organization, leaders have two jobs. One is to be the architect of the future, and the other is the guardian of the mood. Now, let me tell you, the architect of the future is that person who is responsible for setting the vision of the company, set the vision. And most people think, when I'm setting the vision, as in goal setting, I'm looking out 12 months, maybe 3 months at the most. I would challenge you, as I challenge my clients and customers, think about seeing 50 years into the future, setting the vision for that because of one thing, and one thing in particular. That is a leader's legacy strategy. Legacy is creating that which is on the path to the vision that will actually survive the vision. So, how do most people that set up their legacy trusts or their legacies look at their vision? Books will survive you. Recordings, in a lot of instances, will survive you. Books, for the most part, courses, things that also create passive residual income. Those are the things that you want to consider as part of your legacy. Aligning with partners who are considering their legacy strategies as well is a way for you to build your legacy strategy. And legacy strategy is a 10x strategy for business acceleration. Just as we're talking about these revenue strategies, legacy strategies are revenue strategies. But did you think about that as you were building, as you are doing your business? The other thing is legacy strategies lead to living legacies, meaning you are doing and speaking now to that which you are envisioning for the future. And legacies, as you know, well, maybe you know, maybe you don't. Typically, the strategy for building a legacy is to build for the 7 generations. 7 generations is the optimal number. And for each generation to build their legacy for 7 generations, do you see how that could be perpetuated for centuries? That's what you want to think about as you're thinking legacy strategies. And, I know you're saying, well, Lynn, if I'm struggling to get my products out into the marketplace, how can I even think about a legacy strategy? Well, let me tell you that. Remember, I talked about the circular movement between these 3 circles. Your story, positioning your story about your product or service into the marketplace. In that positioning, you have added a certain level of energy in building that legacy strategy into it that allows it to now be in an expansive state out in the marketplace, in these particular places where you have put it. If you are a holistic practitioner of any sort, you want to look at the places in the marketplace where you can put your conversations that people who are looking, customers who are looking for that healthy living, healthy something solution are going to go. And that may be a community, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, even Pinterest, those communities that you can identify, that you can have strategic input in, who then are receptive to having you communicate about your product or service. And in that communication, again, that conversation, you've identified and got additional places to place your information. I know a lot of the CEOs that I've worked with have said, yeah, I do stuff on LinkedIn and, it's to my personal audience, my personal page. That's all well and good, except that after a while, the people who are seeing your personal messages, in my opinion, become a little numb to you. Are there things that you can do to change things up and wake people back up to the fact that you're out there and you're communicating these messages? Same thing about Google+. Google+ is a newer platform. There are millions of people out in Google+. And if you're somebody that says, well, I only have 444 followers, that was me a year or so ago. Now 20,000 followers. And while they may be followers, they are engagers to the extent that I am engaging. And that's a little bit of communicating into groups or communities that are in Google+, that is communicating in the way of sharing value and not just trying to push stuff out there for people to buy from me. And that is in the way of communicating value to individuals within those communities. So that means, pinging in on a thread, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Google+, or Pinterest. It means pinging in on other people's posts, sharing value. And when you share value, you become valuable. There's a passage in the Bible that talks about, if you want a friend, show yourself friendly. And the same thing applies. It's the energy within which you give. And I know I am hearing the response, but I don't have time for all of that. There are productive ways to do that, to maximize your time and optimize what it is that you're doing out there to get the biggest benefit for yourself, give the greatest value, engage to continue the conversation, and reap the rewards. And then from there, in these conversations, you have the ability to really hone in on and practice your own message so that when you do start having the conversations on the other side of the wheel with these customers, this is your relationship building. And in your relationship building, it's not a pitch fest, it's not a braggadocious space to be in. However, it is a value, a place of value that you want to come from, that you want to share into, and that you want to garner as a place of valuing the relationship. Now, what's the optimal way to be able to actually show value for the relationship? And that is your customers are searching for things. Even when they find you, they are searching for things. How can you help them? Well, you first have to understand what it is that they're searching for, right? So the value that you bring to them first and foremost is in the questions that you're asking them. What are you asking them that allows them to share about themselves, share about the pain that they're in, share about the quandaries, share about the challenges, share about their desires, share about what it is that has actually had them to connect with you. And then from there, you now have enough information. And if you don't have enough information, you haven't asked enough questions. Continue the conversation to ask the questions so that you will know the second part of this. And that's how to speak to the benefits. Speaking to the benefits in a potential client conversation actually happens when you share stories. So let me share a story with you right now. I had a client years ago who we worked together on a project, their project. It was a very short-term engagement. As a matter of fact, I think I volunteered to help them out, and it yielded having a great relationship. And over the years, we kept in touch, and they kept saying to me, I'm developing something that I think that would be perfect for you. I'm developing something that I think that not only you would benefit from, but your clients and customers would benefit from. And I'm thinking, well, wow, that's great. And a few years later, I got a phone call, and it was, I'm ready to talk about this now. And believe it or not, the conversation was extremely invigorating because what it proved was to both of us how aligned in heart, how aligned in our business desires, and how aligned in our thinking we were, that led this person to go to the next stage and say, let's figure out what it would take for you to become certified in my program. And after hearing the value in the program and hearing, being able to uncover a couple big places in my own business that could definitely benefit from the philosophy and the practical application of what it was that this program delivered, I was a go. It's like, okay, let's figure this out. And to the extent that it led to something more, it led to me giving numerous testimonials on conference calls and in webinars that supported other people deciding to become a part of this program. And today I can honestly say that I have incorporated these practices and philosophies into my business. And I'm able to really, I think, help my clients on an even higher level than previously. Some of the things that I am actually doing now, included in this conversation around revenue strategies, is just one of them. And when I think about the value that I know that others are seeking, and with what I have in the marketplace for others to find, I am most interested in giving credit where credit is due. And there are a couple of people. I actually am completing the joint venture broker certification through one of my mentors, Gina Gaudio-Graves. And Gina is professionally known as the JV Queen. And to the extent that not only has my concept of joint ventures expanded, but the practical, seeing the deals happening and the practical side of things has allowed me the connection, the alignment with seeing that some of these strategies would actually help some of my clients in such a big way. And so I embarked on that journey, numerous things happening, and I just wanted to come to you today to share some of the things that I'm doing with and for my clients. So I mentioned about your story, positioning your story in the marketplace. The market has a story, which is the story that you want to connect with in the communities, in the groups where you can get into and engage and then share your information and seed your market, your target market, with the information about you. And then the customer story. So the market story is over here doing their part. They're holding your information. They are being a part of, or they're fueling the conversation that you have had about how you can benefit people. And then there's your customer story, their story, and how they're searching into the marketplace. And this is the value connection. Your conversation out in the marketplace, expressing value, is the conversation that is actually going to lead your customer a little closer to you. And in that value that they have, you want to, when they find you, you want to find out about them. How can you have the conversation about benefiting them if you are not having the questions or asking the questions to understand what it is that they actually need, what it is that they're looking for, what it is that they desire? So when you're in that frame of mind, you can actually, on the fly, think of the information, the benefits of what it is that your product or service will provide for this potential customer. And in that circle, your story, the customer story, relationship linking to the customer story, value linking the customer to the market story, and positioning linking you to the market story, brings about another layer to all of that, which is answering the question, how can I get my message into more of the marketplace so that more of my ideal perfect clients can find me? And that is affiliates, that is joint ventures, that is something called integration marketing. And so let me just tell you a little bit about a little expansion thinking around affiliates. So I mentioned about super affiliates. There are super affiliates out there, but let me tell you, there are a whole lot of affiliates who want to market your programs and products that aren't super affiliates because they know the potential for the income for them. They know the benefit that they've explored, and they see through your conversation the benefit of your product or service out in the marketplace and they want to expand that. I belonged to a couple of network marketing businesses in my career, as I'm guessing that many of you have as well. And the thing that really stuck with me was exposures is the key to success. And exposures is a factor that you can actually measure. How many exposures did you have today? How many exposures did you do? How many exposures one-to-one? How many exposures via email? How many exposures via sending some information out through the mail maybe, or picking up the phone to make connection conversations? And the same thing applies with being in the marketplace and utilizing affiliates. They are a mechanism to help increase the number of exposures you have out into the marketplace. And those affiliates actually can benefit in a couple of ways. Through an affiliate platform that is more than just an affiliate platform. It's being called an affiliate network for all niches. But the thing that intrigues me about this affiliate network, it's fairly new, is that they have a premise and a philosophy about doing good in the world. And you know that I am the dean and founder of the P3 Academy of Social Entrepreneurship. And the mission of my business is not only to change the statistics of women-owned businesses, the success rate, increasing the success rate versus decreasing the failure rate. I'm going for the increase because that's energy, that's positive, that's forward movement. And so in that space, I'm looking at affiliates who are also looking for those products and services, who are connected to things that move to the bigger picture of doing good. And this is the space where that is happening. It's called Divisio. And in there, you can be an affiliate and or a seller at no cost. So if you've got products and programs to sell, you can do that in that platform. There are affiliates who are actually marketing to their audiences, their target markets from that platform, just like they're doing from others that I won't name, but you probably know them. And there are some nuances to this platform that actually make it so much more attractive to affiliates and sellers than others. Besides making the money, you've got one key thing that caught my attention, and that is immediate pay. Like, you can immediately pay me my affiliate commission. I don't have to wait 3 days or 45 days. Count me in. So I am actually helping people to get into Divisio in order to set themselves up as affiliates and or sellers because of those advantages. And then there's another thing that's available there, and that is joint venture strategies are a high ticket value in Divisio. And the joint venture opportunities there are, you've got people like me who are joint venture brokers who are looking for products like yours, for services like yours, who they can broker to bigger audiences. So let's talk about joint ventures now. Everybody, I think, pretty much has a good enough handle on affiliates. Affiliates will do the, mail to their list, and anybody that buys, they get a commission, and that's all well and good. And super affiliates, just think of them as having bigger lists. And then you get into the joint venture side, and most people actually move into joint ventures. Most product sellers move into joint ventures because they have the ability to get greater exposure, because a joint venture partner's list along with their list, may double or quadruple their communications opportunities. And that's one way that joint ventures work. If you email for me, I will email for you. If you ping my stuff on social media, I'll ping your stuff on social media. That's one type of joint venture relationship. Another is a joint venture where I'm actually, or you're actually, a joint venture partner. And in that joint venture partnering, you're actually delivering something together. And you have agreed to split the proceeds in, whatever combination of splits that you've decided based on contribution, based on value, based on dollars. All of those things come into play. Or it's just, 50-50. Yet each of you has agreed to do your part in the efforts to market that product or program or service. And then there's another joint venture opportunity, and that's the joint venture broker opportunity. And I have to admit, until a couple of years ago, I hadn't heard about joint venture brokering per se. Heard about joint ventures, even the affiliates. You email for me, put your affiliate link in there, and whatever, take it to the next level. This is a little different because a joint venture broker's main intention is to get your product or program to the masses in a different way than just emailing to their audience. It is truly taking a one client relationship and marketing it to the masses. And in that masses marketing, you're looking at someone may have a product or service, and going out to the marketplace, they may decide that your product would be great as an add-on to a program that one of my clients is actually putting out there. And how does that happen? One of my products, one of my programs that I'm offering, a great add to it could be what a joint venture broker is seeing, because they have these connections, would be a great fit for this front end bonus opportunity for whatever their client is doing. So I'll tell you a story. I love stories. And it is about a client who was launching a huge high-level program. They were marketing in a tremendous way. They were reaching so many. Most of their relationships were affiliate or joint venture partnering in the way of email for me and I'll email for you. Yet this piece was a new piece for them. A friend of theirs had a product, a digital product that fit perfectly as an additional bonus in what it was that they were offering. It actually doubled the bonus value in what it was that they were delivering to their group. So they're marketing this group program. They're continually bringing people on. I love the strategy that was built to basically move them through time in order to express their desire to work with people who are having these challenges and hear the benefits from working with them, and that the clients will receive. And in enrolling in the program, here are the things that they'll get. So you get the, weekly live coaching or whatever it is. You get the, you become a part of the private group. You get the support, you get email support, whatever those things are that you build into what your program offering is. They got all of that. And then they got a list of bonuses, which were programs that the client had done previously. And then there was one bonus that, and I mentioned, quadrupled the value of the bonuses being offered. It was a digital product. It was a program that this friend had completed, and it was added to the actual live bonuses, no additional cost. But what gave the added value to it? It was this person agreeing to show up live at 2 of their sessions, one over a 2-month period, to actually talk about and teach the program that he had added to this bonus package. And that is a concept that's just now coming into the thought processes of people utilizing these opportunities. And there was an amazing revelation in somebody asking, well, how do you do the money behind that? And I have to tell you, there are a number of ways to do the money behind that. And it's easy to see a one-time transaction. If you're going to come and talk to my group, giving this added value, what would you charge somebody to do a 60-minute program teaching this material? A lot of times we are on the air, we're doing this kind of teaching, we're giving this type of energy and value, and we are charging nothing. Of course, it is with the understanding that if there is a package or program that we're offering that this kind of leads into, that's the strategy. Well, so one of the strategies is, what would you charge somebody to do something like that? So maybe that's a price point that, you pay them out of the proceeds that you get from your members coming in to participate in your program. You just carve out that piece, and that's payment for them to come in and deliver this information and add to the value that they've contributed with this product. Another way to do it is a percent of everyone that enrolls. There may be an upside to that, there may be a downside to that, but that is another way to structure that. So there's two, but there are a number of ways to look at how to add the monetary piece to making an agreement like that, a joint venture partnership like that. And then as a joint venture broker, there's the opportunity to take this connection to another level. And a lot of us don't really even consider that what it is that we may be offering is something that could in fact be valuable in a corporate setting. I remember back in the day when you saw trainers coming in to do training on team building. Now a lot of that is outsourced. Now, a lot of the things that companies did at one point, they stopped doing totally, completely. And it makes now the perfect opportunity to put these kinds of programs and products into the corporate environment, especially if you're talking about healthy living, if you're talking about, healthy living and the ergonomic structure of an office setting, to adapt that to an office setting. People in the corporate environment are sitting in their cubicles or whatever, and adapt that to exercises that they can do at their desk and things like that, and a digital product coming into this corporate structure may be something very advantageous to them to bring to their employee base. One of the things that numerous people are seeing nowadays is that the value that's being brought to the corporate environment is coming from people who call themselves consultants, charging big dollars. Yet if you could bring yours in, and it would result in exponentially more dollars to you, yet less dollars from this consultant might charge, you've got a win-win situation. And suppose it is something in addition to what this consultant is actually doing in this corporate environment that the company says, I see value in having both things. So again, there are a number of additional ways to look at this. And, it's like, I don't want people to sit there and think, well, I don't know if my thing will fit for a corporate environment. You don't know until you kind of walk through the strategy. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is something called integration marketing. And some might say that integration marketing is what I talked about when I talked about the story of the bonus being added to my friend's product and the integration of their product into theirs. Similar concept, only it's on the upsell, downsell, or side sell. And it is you having a product for sale, and maybe you can do a 14-day trial period into your program or membership, or maybe it is something that you can do at a substantially reduced price. Because again, if this integration marketing opportunity had not shown up, you wouldn't have this income. So the consideration of the fact that it's already created and you can integrate that into the back end of someone's product or program, it makes it so valuable. And I'll give you another example. I am part of a joint venture partnership with Cynthia Gardner O'Neill, the founder of Harmonics. And she and I have developed a program that we're offering called the Conscious Entrepreneur Enterprise Program. That program is built for authors, coaches, speakers, trainers who are interested in getting their message out, but capitalizing on building passive, residual, recurring, sustainable income through having a membership site, creating courses, creating books. All of this can be done within this Conscious Entrepreneur Enterprise Program. And there are numerous opportunities that we build into that too. However, the back end to our program, so you've got the program and its bonuses, and then you've got the back end. So once our members come in, they actually see other valuable things on the back end of our program that they may deem as valuable to themselves, and thus will also purchase, or they will see value in the offerings that are made there and say, hey, Lynn, hey, Cynthia, can you connect me with that person? I think they would be a great back end for my program or product. And so that is how we go about doing integration marketing. And these strategies that I've just communicated to you are actually 10x CEO strategies. They are strategies that can help you to not only double, triple, quadruple your revenue. How about 10 times your revenue by employing some of these strategies? And with that, there are ways for you to engage to find out how these strategies can benefit you. And so I just want to give you a bit of information. If you're interested in kind of brainstorming over what it is that you have and the things that you think may work for you or you don't know and you'd like to, I'm offering a 15-minute strategy consultation where we'll explore that. And we will talk about what the possibilities are. And like I said, being in this space now for a good while, I've got some connections, and maybe what you have is a connection that's valuable to one of my sources and resources, and I can make a connection for you. And I would love to do that. I would love to help you to understand this further. I would love to have you to conversate with you about what it is that you're looking to do to grow your business. And with that said, I'm Lynn Hawkins. I'm the founder and dean of the P3 Academy of Social Entrepreneurship, where we help entrepreneurs to 10x their business. It's all about business acceleration strategies and how you can get them to work for you. You've been in the zone, the BIZ Info Zone. I'm bringing things to a close right now, and I just want to say thank you for hanging with me. Ping me on the event page. Let me know if any of these strategies could work for you. If you got any true value from the information that I just shared. I've been sharing from my heart and from my head, connecting in my open heart, hoping you can benefit from doing some of these things. Like I said, you can do them on your own or you can do them with help. And I am here to help. So once again, I'm Lynn Hawkins. I'm your host. You've been in the zone. And I look forward to seeing you right here next week, where we've got an amazing guest for you. So join me next week, same place, same time. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.